Today I'm gonna show you how I create a merengueton beat. Come with me.
I don't know how many of you will be interested on a Merengueton song, but I'll show it anyway since I think it's a really cool project. And if you're here, you're interested. So let's hear the first part. The first instrument is the guitar. So basically this sound without the guitar rig sounds like this. But guitar rig, if you don't know it, it's a great plugin. I really recommend it. It's from Native Instruments. I think 80% of my guitars, I put guitar rig on them. And it's not only an amplifier emulator or pedal emulator, it also has a lot of effects, modulation, creative stuff, lo-fi stuff. So it's definitely great. Sounds like this with guitar rig. Then I'm using Glitch, that is a plugin to create effects, transitions, glitch in this case, and I'm using the gator effect and sounds like this. It's actually used later, here. Okay. Anyway, I'll show it on other instruments that is even more evident. Then the next element would be the pad that is doing the chords. The chords in this case are these ones. The song is on A major. I definitely recommend that if you don't know a lot about theory and chord progressions, that you use the scale highlighter. You need to put the scale before. But that will help you know which notes you need to put in order to always be on the scale and adding correct notes to the song, basically. After that, I'm using some percussion. I have two congas that are doing this, one to the left and one to the right. Then I have another loop, but in this case, I'm trimming it, cutting it to create a new version of it, along with the güiro. Then the güiro has an automation on the filter because the filter is being open from the beginning until the half of the first bar. This will create dynamics and it will make it more interesting along the way. When you're doing music, you need to think about a roller coaster. So it'll be fun if it's ups and downs. If it's only flat, it won't be interesting. It won't have dynamics. It'll be boring. So try to always do that. I'll say each 8 bars, add something, change something. Start to build, then drop, and then go back to basics, to the lowest part of the roller coaster. In this case, we're building. Another thing, use transition effects. In this case, I'm using a sweep and a reverse crash. And they help the listener to understand that we're going from one section to the other. Perfect. Then I'm using a vocal chop with a little bit of delay. And another synth. Did you hear that? That's glitch, and I'm using it on a lot of sounds on the transitions just to help that transition and to make it cooler. Great. Next part, what I said just earlier. After 8 bars, new elements. In this case, a new pad actually, a bass, some more percussion, a new synth with kickstart. Kickstart gives me that bouncing effect. A new guitar. Next part, we're going up. So new elements, a bass, a distorted bass. I distorted the bass with trash because otherwise it was like this. So it's not really cutting through the mix, but with this, You can hear it. Another synth, really gentle, just adding some color. A kick. And some percussion, live percussion. Then, like I said, after 8 bars, I'm on the top of the mountain, then I need to go back. So, no percussion, just a clap. And I'm building. After 8 bars, silence, drop. Silence are really important, and they can help you build something even bigger. If you notice on EDM music, they sometimes leave emptiness before the drop, because that's dynamics. You're going from nothing to everything, and it will make seem that everything even bigger. Okay, so use that on your advantage. Here I would say the lead instrument is the piano, is doing this, and I'm using contact. The gentleman with a hard tack, just to have those hammers hitting really hard, and this rhythm is everything. After 8 bars, new elements, even harder. Like I said, guitar rig is really cool. For example, this sound before was like this. But now, we have this freak module, we have an LFO, we have this shimmer reverb, we have an EQ, we have another dimension effect, we have a compressor, we have a gator, we have some noise, an EQ, so a lot of effects. Then roller coaster effect, we're going down, but I'm mixing some things up. I want to be back at the second verse, which would be almost the same as the first one, but I'm keeping some elements. I'm adding some things just to spice it up. It won't be the same exactly like copy paste. It will have some additional stuff. For example, on the second half, I'm going up again. So I'm adding the same things as the first verse, but I'm adding the piano, the kick, and some percussion. Back in. Then after 8 bars, we're going down. Same bridge as before, but I'm adding the synth, just to give it a touch. Then silence, and chorus again. The first part is the same as the previous chorus, but the second one changes. I am adding a pause and then some new percussion, different one, some percussion that we haven't heard yet.
If you like the way I produce or the way that I teach, I can work with you, I can teach you. Below you have my email, contact me.
And then, as the very last thing, everything remains the same, but I'm adding a vocal chop. I did that by creating a new audio clip, then you copy the audio, you can bounce it, or you could even use the new feature, which is copy the audio. And then here you can do paste bounce audio. Here we have it. Then here on the editor, you can do splice into new MIDI notes, and you will have it just like this. So, and again here, my best friend guitar rig, because otherwise sounded like this. With guitar rig. And all together. and it's a party.
If you liked the video, remember to give me a like, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell in order to receive notifications each time I upload a new video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll be reading and answer to each single one of you. Follow me on my social networks if you haven't. I'll see you next week with a new video. Bye guys.